Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it popping, all right? So the first thing that I want to talk about is like the misconstrued narrative of the whole Kyle Rittenhouse case, right? It's a couple issues that I have with it. The first issue is I find it interesting that the mainstream media is not really focusing on the degenerate nature of the victims, the people who ended up getting killed. And I don't care what Judge Schroeder calls them, they're dead. They're dead because of bullets that came from somebody else's gun, which means that they were victims. Okay? So I want to know why the media is not talking about that. Another thing that I want to know is why the media doesn't talk about how it was okay for any of those people to come to an area that they weren't from to interfere in local affairs, right? I live in a locality. If people come from out of state to call themselves regulating in my area that I live in, I'm going to have a problem with that. Whether it's some white nationalist like Kyle Rittenhouse or if it's some sexual degenerate like that Rosenbaum dude. Either one, neither of them should be allowed. You know what I'm saying? They should get kicked out by the community. The second issue is the white mainstream media is trying to perpetuate the narrative about the verdict. I don't think the verdict has ever really been in question. Kyle Rittenhouse's motives for being there were in question, and actually they're not in question. The only people that are trying to cover up the question is white people. Anybody with half a brain in their head knows that Kyle Rittenhouse came down there with the expectation of shooting black protesters, and he ended up getting into a confrontation with another white male. That was the purpose of it. Okay, I don't care. I don't need to explain that to any white people. They know exactly what it is, and they know exactly why they did that shit. They know exactly why Kyle Rittenhouse was there. It was to poke his little pale chest out around a bunch of black people and to try to gun some people down to make an example of them. Now, I don't know how you can run towards a fight, get into one, and that's self-defense. But if you're watching cameras, you don't see him driving in from out of state, and I don't care if his grandparents live there or not. So, my grandparents live in a city that I don't live in, so I can go to their city and start shit, and it's self-defense. I can go there looking for a fight. Anyone that goes anywhere other than the woods to hunt with a gun, for one, is going there with a gun, which means that they're ready to use deadly force. The reason why he was there was not to have a nice sappy visit with his grandparents. Allegedly, he was called there to protect interests. What interests were you protecting? Upholding white supremacy. Didn't have anything to do with any business, didn't have anything to do with anything. He thought he was going to make an example of some darkies, and shit didn't work out for him. So now you got to go to a legitimate trial, right? Now, the mainstream media is spinning the narrative to attempt to perpetuate the image that black people don't understand how the legal system works. We understand exactly how it works. As a matter of fact, the same white people who are trying to perpetuate that notion that black people don't understand how the legal system works are the same white people trying to confuse the legal system because they want to take critical race theory out of the legal system. Well, what I don't understand about the conservative media and about the liberal media is how come none of y'all are comparing the Kyle Rittenhouse using critical race theory? Oh, how would critical race theory be used when looking at Kyle Rittenhouse, you ask? Well, what does critical race theory do? It doesn't call white people devils like the Karens that you see on Fox crying all the time. It doesn't say that white people are inherently racist or evil like the Karens that you see shedding salty tears all over the books at the Board of Education meetings. What it does is it looks at legal encounters and it says, if this legal encounter did not have skin color as a component, would the results be different? That's the only thing that black America has been asking the illegitimate mainstream America. If Kyle Rittenhouse was a black dude, would Schroeder have fondled his balls the way he was fondling them? Would he have coddled the little baby white boy? Or would he have made him man up and not gave him all of the comfort, not let him pick his own jury? Which one? We all know the answer. That's why they don't want you asking that question. And that's why they want to divert. That's why the liberal media is taking it and acting like this other white dude is a victim. That's why the right wing is really trying to act like black people are overly concerned about Kyle Rittenhouse's inbred ass, when the only thing that I'm concerned about is that little flap of skin under his mom's chin. And they're trying to divert you away from continuing to put the pressure on the question: if Kyle Rittenhouse is black, would the judge have treated him that way? Would the all-white jury have treated him that way? And would he been allowed to pick his own alternative jurors? Would the legal system have worked in the same way that it did for Kyle Rittenhouse if Rittenhouse happened to be black? That's the question that's being asked. Now, white people don't like answering questions, so you have to divert the argument. Oh, look at these nigger liberals. They're all upset. Nobody's upset. We're just asking a question, and as usual, you can't answer it because white supremacy cannot take a side. It has to take both sides, which means that a question can never get asked. It can never get answered. That's why all you see is both medias. Now, the liberal media, right? The liberal media constantly is talking about critical race theory, except for when it's time to apply the critical race theory. They didn't even apply the critical race theory to Julius Jones' case in Oklahoma. So if that's not two birds, two wings on the same bird, then I don't know what is. But those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. And as a concerned citizen, you need to make sure that you don't let the media and you don't let the Mayo Stream population distract you. Always make sure that you stay on target. Always make sure that you're accurate. Continue to ask the same question. Force the answer. Force the answer. Would Judge Schroeder have treated a black man like that? The answer is no. The answer is no. I can say that with confidence. So what I find even more interesting is the black coons, like the distractors, perpetuating the same narrative. Oh, black people mad about this. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's mad. What I'm mad about is dishonest black people and dishonest white people. I'm mad about dishonest black people that want to coon so hard they continue to push a false narrative. And I'm mad at dishonest white people because they can't answer a fucking question. Now I'm going to put the question out there again, and I want y'all to answer in the comments. If Rittenhouse was black, what would the verdict have been? Fuck the dude that got shot. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them both. Fuck all of them. That Huber dude's got enough issues popping off because his girlfriend, she said that she feels sorry for Rittenhouse. Your man got shot and you feel sorry for Rittenhouse? All of y'all are fucked up, which is the reason why shouldn't none of y'all have been there. Because clearly Kenosha has enough problems of its own. Without y'all coming down there. Doing what? Deranging internal politics. Look at how Rosenbaum and Rittenhouse both have black internal politics deranged. So, with that being said, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash the like button, hit the bell icon twice, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Alright, peace.